It's been an awkward time. I should only be worrying about school and boys and getting a job, but my brother, Sean, and I moved out into the country to get away from it all. It was all right for a little while. I met a few people from college, but nobody really stuck around. Some of my neighbors are pretty weird. It is the country after all. It's a good 20 minutes from anything relevant. But there's this one guy who lives near us. He's a sweet and friendly guy. He brought my brother and I dinner the second night we lived here. About 2 or 3 weeks in, he was coming to our house every day. My brother didn't think anything about it. He always said he's being friendly, he's being a nice guy. I had a bad feeling about him. He wouldn't talk much. I kept thinking why he wouldn't talk to me. It was kind of suspicious. I felt as if something was off about our neighbor. He would start to show up at my school. He'd even follow me and my friends whenever we would go out. My brother had to go on a class trip in January of 2017. I tried to stay with a friend, but my neighbor kept figuring out where it was going. He called my friend's parents' house posing as my dad, trying to talk to me. He started to leave notes in my car. It made me sick, and it made things harder and harder every day. He didn't hurt me, but he started to threaten me, and if I didn't talk to him or didn't know where I was. One day I came home from my friend's house because my brother was expecting to be home from his trip, and once I got through the door, once I found him, I knew it wasn't an accident. I heard something behind me.
That was a really interesting story. Thank you for telling us that. I'm Lizzie Ling, and this is Lauren McQueen, who was stalked and attacked by her neighbor. How are you holding up after these events?
I mean, fine, I guess, as well as can be expected with the situations.
You've been through a lot, and we're glad that things are getting better.
Yeah, thanks.
How did you know that your neighbor was stalking you?
So, I kind of knew that he was stalking me whenever he kept calling my friend's parents' house to try and get a hold of me, and he would pose as my dad, or he would threaten me if he didn't know where I was, what I was doing, who I was with, everything like that. And I remember looking out one day, and he was outside our living room window looking in at us, and that's kind of when everything clicked, I guess.
What was that like for you?
I mean, it's scary. I can't feel safe in my own home, and I was scared for my brother, but I guess I don't have to be anymore.
If you could say one last thing to your stalker, what would you say?
Probably nothing.